guys, my name is Amanda. Welcome back to my channel. This is an episode of Clone Wars. This is where my friend Jessica and we go ahead and we dupe or try our best to dupe popular palettes that we're interested in or that you guys request from us. And this one, I actually never heard of the brand before, so I had to look it up. And it is the September Rose Slush palette. And it is a very pretty palette. And I will give my thoughts on my swatches and things afterwards. Be sure to go ahead and check out Jessica's dupes. They will be different than mine, hopefully, because there are some things that I have added this time around that is very similar to what Jessica does. If you watch Jessica, you already know. Now, just a little disclaimer, these are not going to be exact dupes. These are just similar shades in my collection that I went ahead and I simply shopped my stash to get as close as I can. Sometimes the finishes are exact, sometimes they're not. It's just how it works. It's just how it works sometimes. So without further ado, I am going to go ahead and put the picture somewhere on the screen. And I'm going to start swatching this for you. This has got, let's see, this has got 25 different shades. Is that right? Yeah, 25 different shades, and it is beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and dive right in and just start with my dupes, and hopefully this helps you guys out. So the first two rows, coincidentally, came from the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette, and I was really surprised, kind of. I looked at the palette and I just saw a lot of similarities to this, so I'm just going to go ahead and give you the swatches. The first shade is Cotton Candy, and for that I'm going to be using this shade right here, which is called Cavity. The second shade is called Strawberry, and I'm going to be using this shade right here, Candy Floss. The third shade is called Pink Lemonade, and I am going to be using the shade Extraction, which is right here. Cherry Limeade, I am going to be using this shade right here, which is Cherry Soda. And then for Sour Cherry, I'm going to go in with this one, and it is called Fresh Meat. So I'm going to swatch that first row for you. And this right here is the first row of those shades. This right here is Cavity. This is Candy Floss. This is Extraction, Cherry Soda, and Fresh Meat. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the second row, which is all Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette. The first shade is called Peach Lemonade, and I went in with this shade right here, and it is called Tongue Pop. The next shade is called Mango, and I went into this shade right here, and it is called Sweetener. The next shade is called Orange Soda, and I went in with this one right here, which is called Prick. For Tropical Fruit, I went in with this shade right here, and it is called Donor. And the last shade in that row is called Tiger's Blood, and I went in with this shade right here, Blood Sugar. I'm going to go ahead and give those a swatch. And that is the first and the second row so far, and I'm going to go through this. This right here is Tongue Pop. The one next to it right here is Sweetener. This one is called Prick. This one is Donor. And this one is Blood Sugar. Now, to move on to the next row, we're going to go ahead and set aside the Jeffree Star for a minute. Don't worry. We're going to end up going back to this one. Don't be shocked. We're going to end up going back. And so I'm going into some Coastal Scents eyeshadows. Decided I was just going to go ahead and put it in one of these palettes just to make it easier. And the first one is called Coconut Milk. And so I went in with this shade right here, and it is called White Silver. And that's White Silver right there. And then I'm going in with the Coastal Scents eyeshadow in Cantaloupe Slice, which is right here. That one right there is Cantaloupe Slice. For the shade Lemon and Lime, I'm going in with my Kat Von D Saint Center palette, and I am going to be using a shade called Exodus, which is right here. That's Exodus. The next shade is called Cucumber Green, and I'm going in with this Makeup Geek eyeshadow right here, and it is in the shade Jester. And then the next one is called Sour Apple, and I'm going in with this shade right here, and it is Makeup Geek's Typhoon. I had to double check. And that right there is Jester, and that is Typhoon. Now I'm going to go ahead and move on to this arm and go through the first 3 shades. And the first one is called Bubblegum, and I'm going in with this one right here. This is the Urban Decay Shattered eyeshadow. And then the next one is called Blue Hawaiian, and I'm going in with this Coastal Scents eyeshadow right here, and it is called Lakeshore. And then the next shade is called Blue Lagoon, and I am going in with this Makeup Geek eyeshadow, and it is called Secret Garden. That right there is Shattered. That one is Lakeshore. And this one right here is Secret Garden. Now for the next 2 shades, I'm going in with my Kat Von D Saint Center palette. And the first shade is called Blue Raspberry. And for that one, I'm going in with this shade right here, and it is called Ministry. And then the next one is called Blue Curacao, and I'm going in with the shade Exorcism, which is somewhere. Oh, it's right here. This right here is Ministry, and this right here is Exorcism. This one is more of like a bluish purple instead of a blue, but it's as close as I could possibly get. Now onto the last row. I decided that I was going to go ahead and go back into some Coastal Scents eyeshadows, and for Raspberry I've got this shade right here, and it is called Silver Lilac. The next shade is called Berry Blast, and I went in with this shade right here, which is called Lavender. And then this shade right here is Coastal Scents, and it is called Queen's Jubilee, and it is a dupe for Grape. And those are those shades. This one right here is Silver Lilac. This one is Lavender right here, and this one is Queen's Jubilee. The last 2 shades, I told you we were going to go back to it, is from the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette. And the shades are called Dark Cherry and Black Currant. For Dark Cherry, I went with this shade, where are you? Right here, it is called Root Canal. And then for Black Currant, I went into this shade right here, which is called Coma. And that right there is Root Canal. And this one is Coma. So this right here is my interpretation of the September Rose Slush eyeshadow palette. Now, do I think that these are perfect dupes? No. There are a lot that I didn't have in my collection that were simply a different finish, but I did my best. I really did my best. This is a beautiful palette, and if I didn't have 10 million eyeshadows, I would absolutely pick this up. But the most important thing here is you must shop your stash. You must shop your stash. So we're never to the point of saying, oh my goodness, I have too much stuff. So definitely go ahead and shop your stash. And if you get it, if you guys want it, then feel free. But we highly, highly, highly recommend that you shop your stash. So that is it. If you guys have any ideas at all for Clone Wars, let us know in the comments below. Be sure to go ahead and check out Jessica's channel. You'll love her. And I'm curious to see what her dupes are and see if we kind of went ahead and picked the same of the Coastal Scents eyeshadows. I'm really curious about that one. So I hope that you guys have an amazing day. Be sure to go ahead and like and subscribe and comment and all that fun stuff. And I will see you guys later. Bye.